here today with my friend Preston Wilson, who works for Longhorn Solar. And Longhorn is actually who I have on my own house. So I'm pretty excited to talk to you today.
Yeah. We've actually done, I think, a little over 60 houses in the Mueller area.
Wow, that's pretty good. 60, that's significant.
And then close to, if we look in terms of the whole zip code of 78723, close to about 80 houses.
Wow.
Right.
So do you know how much gigawatts that is?
I do not. I didn't come prepared with my gigawatts, but
And your flying cars.
It's quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit.
So why would someone even consider going solar?
I mean, right now the best reason is because it's July and open your electric bill, and you can see that happening right now with there are a lot of incentives that are in place. You know, you have your 30% federal tax credit. Austin Energy is offering a $2,500 rebate. It's really competitive, so prices are really low.
And the panels keep getting better.
Panels are getting more efficient, and price on them is pretty plateaued. It's not getting a lot, it's not dropping dramatically. So with the incentives that are available right now, you're putting solar on your house and basically paying less per kilowatt hour than you are if you're just renting your electricity from Austin Energy.
Right.
And Austin Energy wants you to have solar. So it's just a really great time to do it now, as opposed to, well, I'll wait 5 years and see what happens. Because at that point, prices will have come down, but probably not in the amount that the incentives help them come down right now.
Wow, yeah. So it's a good value.
It's a really good value, and it's a really easy time to go solar. We now we offer different zero down financing options, so you can essentially just get solar, get started. You don't put any money down, and you make a monthly payment on either a 20-year or a 12-year loan, unsecured. And there's rates as low as like 4%, so it's not through the roof for an unsecured loan. And the monthly payment that you make is roughly about what you would have paid on your bill, if not a little bit less sometimes.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what kind of equipment you want.
Yeah.
If you want something a little bit more premium, obviously that costs a little more. But we have some systems that'll get you set up. They're a really good value. They're going to do their job, cost you a little bit less, and so you'll be able to power your house with solar for cheaper than you can, pay a normal electric bill.
Yeah, very cool. So how do you know what kind of system to put on, like the size?
Right. So a big thing that we're kind of combating right now is there's a lot of misinformation, a lot of people knocking on doors and things like that, trying to sell solar really quickly and not taking into account certain things that you need to take into account. And Longhorn Solar we're up on all the new technology and stuff, but we take a little bit more care in designing your system. So what we want to look at is, one, do you have really good viable roof space? So we'll do a full site assessment to figure that out. Sometimes it's pretty obvious that your roof will work. But then we want to look at your usage history. So we're going to take a look at that bill and see what you use and get you right in that sweet spot where you're producing enough to get you towards a net zero, but not overproducing so much that you're just accumulating credits you can never use.
Yeah, that's great.
So every house is different. Every system size can be a little bit different than another one. So there's not a great way to answer what's the average cost of a system, because it's like, what's the average cost of a car? Like, well, it depends.
Yeah.
Are you buying a Ferrari or a Kia?
Right.
Those are both probably good cars, just different prices.
Different, yeah, completely.
Right.
So if you were to come out, a quote's totally free, right?
Yeah, we do free quotes all the time. One of the good things about us, we're not hard push salespeople. None of that. What do we gotta do to get you in this car today? None of that kind of stuff. We want to get you a quote, get you the information, and we can do all that free. We can. What we like to do is put one together, come out, sit down with you, go through it, explain everything. But if you're super busy, we can also do it online, do a screen share, do it over the phone, whatever works best for you.
It's very convenient.
Try to make it a little bit easier and a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
Than kind of a hard push. And people are busy, and you know, it's hard to spend an hour with somebody at your table while your kids running around and all that. It might be a little easier to do a screen share on your lunch break, and we're happy to do that.
Very cool.
And one thing that we are rolling out right now that is pretty specific to the Mueller area and 78723 is Longhorn Solar has kind of forgone spending a lot of their marketing budget on a really saturated, Google AdWords and Facebook and all that. We want to keep our name out there, but what we want to focus on mostly, because we are a local company, locally owned, locally operated. Everybody lives here. Our main office is here. We are a part of the community. So one of the things that we're working on is our Community First project. And since we have such a high concentration of customers in Mueller, we're putting together a Community First website for Mueller, and basically it'll feature all the different homes that we've done in the area, and hopefully we'll put together some social groups of our customers there that can maybe talk to their neighbors a little about their solar and things like that. So we really want to do that, but that's kind of the fun part of it. But what we're going to do is give back to the community. So first, part of our referral program, if you refer somebody to Longhorn Solar, we pay $1,000 a check for $1,000 for a referral. And it's as easy as that. If they buy over a 5 kW system, it's $1,000. Under that is $500. And as soon as it's installed and good, then I'll hand deliver you a check. The other thing that we will do is, with that being said, if you have a favorite teacher or educator, someone like that, we will donate a $200 check directly to them. Teachers are someone in our community that make a huge impact and don't make a lot of money, and need help getting the school supplies and things like that. So if you have kiddos and you're like, hey, we really love their teacher, and we put together a system for you, and you give us their information, we'll take them a check. If you don't have kids, then we'll still donate that $200 to the PTA or something that is really specific to your community. So
that's a really great way to fit just right smack dab into the community.
We want to be a part of the community. We don't, that's kind of our whole mission, is to offer solar at a great value, see it on every rooftop, and give back to the community. And we're a local company, and we want to act like a local company. We don't want to just tout that as like a marketing piece. So put our money where our mouth is.
It's wonderful.
So, it's really got nothing to lose, just to get a proposal and kind of compare. I'm sure you got a knock on the door and calls and all that, and it's postcards. It's always good to look and see what's out there, and then ultimately it's always good to know that you're working with a company that's close by and is going to help out, and that's what we want to do.
Well, that's really amazing, Preston. Thank you so much for spending time with me and talking about Longhorn Solar. I loved my experience with them, so I love sharing their info. So
that's great. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mueller.